What's up, guys? I'm Will. This is Hard City Raindrops, and today's topic is going to be prepping and like shit hits the fan kind of situational stuff. We're just going to kind of talk in this video. This isn't a bag video. This isn't anything, you know, look at what I have. I just want to kind of, I've been trying to do this video for a while, and I just kind of wanted to hang out, watch the Flyers game, and just talk to you guys and about some prepping things and kind of my philosophy on that, and how I kind of really think about it, because there's a lot that goes into the whole, like, okay, you know, the world's ending or whatever the case may be that you think. There's a lot that goes into it rather than just, okay, I have my $275 backpack from VanQuest that has pretty much everything I need in it. But this backpack right here won't get me outside of a week, you know? So when it comes to a shit hits the fan situation, I personally believe that a bag set up for a week, like a bug out bag for a week, long bug out, it kind of doesn't make sense to me. I think I have to move this light down. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so I feel like that's a little bit better. So yeah, to me, it just seems like when a shit hits the fan situation, like, what is a bag for a week? Why? Like, I don't consider like a 72-hour bag or whatever, or a bag even prepped out for a week to be a bug out bag. Like, to me, a bug out bag needs to be something that's like, all right, you prep this bag, you're never coming back home. Like, you're going somewhere to live off the land for maybe 5 months to a year, 2 years, you know, 4 to 5 years even, maybe. You know, you're looking at, you know, shit really hitting the fan, you know? And, you know, all those, there's so many things to consider that I feel like are just people just don't talk about in prep videos and in shit hit the fan videos and, you know, whatever. So that's kind of like what I wanted to think. I'm a very realistic person. Like, to me, honestly, I think that you can go an entire lifetime, and I think most of us probably will, without ever seeing anything happen. But there's always that but, you know. I'm a prepared guy. I like to have what I need on hand. You know, I like to have the right tool for the job when I need it. And, you know, I'm a single guy, so it makes life pretty easy for me. I have my dog. She's obviously part of the plan. And if I, you know, get a girlfriend or, you know, something like that, then, you know, we're married or worse, have kids. It's not worse, I'm just saying. But, you know, obviously I would prep each of their bags, and there's a lot to consider. And I saw a guy, I can't remember who it was, and he had his bag set up for each one of his kids, and it was a bug out bag. He's from California, so they deal with a lot of fires and stuff, and they bug out all the time, and that's different. So, you know, when you live in a prone area to natural disasters like fires, wildfires, and tornadoes and hurricanes, then I mean, I would hope that you are used to this by now and have these bags ready on hand, just like, all right, there's a storm coming, there's a fire coming, there's whatever, grab your bag, let's go. And I seen this guy's bag, and he had like fruit roll-ups in the kid. Oh, this is for the younger kid. He had like fruit roll-ups in there, and I'm just like, what the hell? Oh, this is just for morale. Like, I get it, but like, you just, I don't know. There's no morale boosting with fruit roll-ups. I mean, like, survive. Like, dude, this is what you're gonna need to eat. I'm sorry. Like, you know, you gotta, in today's world, I feel like you gotta really, and I don't have kids, so maybe I'm just speaking out of context anyway, but, you know, I think that you need to really prepare your kids for these kind of things, like active shooters, and, you know, train your kids to shoot, teach your kids about guns, and teach your kids about gun safety, and teach your kids what to do when gunfire comes into contact, because this is a chance in their lifetime that it could happen. It's a very realistic chance. And well, I don't want to get into all that, but, like, you know, I feel like people just they overlook a lot of that. So to me, I live in a city, a very populated city on Philadelphia outside. So, you know, I had to look at like what threats could come through here. So a natural disaster is kind of like every 5 years, maybe like Hurricane Sandy was the last thing that came through here. And most people, I lost power for 3 days, but most people lost power for 2 weeks to three weeks at the most, you know. My aunt, she lived down on Jersey Shore. She lost her house for 2 years almost, and until she got her house back, she had to live at hotels and in and out of, you know, places, renting, and finally rented an apartment after a few months. But you know, you just, and she was not prepared for that, you know. So you know, you just gotta, anything could happen. You don't get to pick and choose when things can happen and go bad. So that's why when somebody's always asked, well, why do you carry a gun? It's like, well, why do you have car insurance? You don't get to pick. You know, you don't get to pick when something bad's gonna happen. Like somebody, oh, why? What do you mean? Why would somebody ever shoot at you? I don't know. Asked all the kids that got shot at Parkland High School why, you know. But I don't want to get into shootings and school shootings and stuff. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of the logic about why. Like, why would you prep a bag? Why would you need that? There's so many reasons why you need, first of all, even just an EDC bag. I mean, if you're a man, to me, I mean, I know both the guys at my work now both carry backpacks. They both carry backpacks, and they may have before, but they both carry backpacks with the stuff they need in it now. And I don't know if that's from me or whatever, but like, we're prepared men, and you know, me being who I am, and I'm not like that, you know, like, oh, I got this, I'm fucking the baddest dude ever. But like, I am like very fascinated with like when somebody's like, yo, that's a fucking smart idea, I'm gonna do that. And that makes me, that I'm like, really awesome, man, cool. Like, here's how you do it, this is what you do, boom. So, you know, I like that kind of thing. I think it's cool. But like when I post things on Instagram about like my backpacks and EDC, like I have a lot of personal friends I grew up with, and they're like, this kid like preparing for the zombies. Like, that's a fictional thing that people put in their heads to tell themselves that nothing bad will ever happen, and you can keep living that life all you want, all right? But when I'm prepping for, what my backpacks are set up for is for just everyday shit. You know, something as simple as your teenage daughter is driving to her college and she gets a flat tire on the way there, and AAA can't come out. She doesn't have a spare and she has to walk. What's she gonna do? You know, did you set up a bag in her car and tell her this is the bag in your trunk? Use that bag. It's got a pair of sneakers in it. Okay, it's got a fire starter, it's got a heavy, nice blanket, it's got a fleece, it's got all the things that she may need. Like, so those are the things that can happen. Like, sometimes things just go bad, you know. But as far as shit hits the fan, you're talking catastrophic event here. I'm not talking about, you know, all right, we got to just leave the city a few days. Like, to me, that's bugging out at its minor things. Like, that's okay, I got a backpack, let's go, you know, to mom's or something. Like, I'm talking about, all right, an electromagnetic pulse is probably the scariest thing in my personal opinion that could happen here. And a solar flare, even, this could happen naturally. You know, wipes out the entire electronic grid. And you're not just talking about the United States, you're talking about the entire world at this point, with no electric, no anything power. That is a situation that many people are not prepared for, not even me. And you could be the biggest prepper in the world and probably not be prepared for that, because unless you lived it and been through it, really, it's going to be a trial and error thing. Like, you're going to learn from mistakes. But there are speculations, and we can speculate and we can have a little fun, and we can see how ready we really are by just these some things that I thought about. So in an EMP situation, think about, because that could be, let's be honest here, I mean, that's probably the most realistic thing that could happen. as far as like a terrorist attack goes, to wipe out, let's just even say, just for the kicks of it, the North America, right? So let's just say that an EMP hits, you know, or whatever, because when you're talking about just cities individually, as far as natural disasters go, like a hurricane or, you know, whatever, mostly that's what's been going on lately. Just hurricanes just been coming through these cities and just devastating towns and cities, and people are just bugging out, you know, for a few weeks. But I'm talking about like multiple cities hit at once. I mean, we're all going to the same place. So, you know, think about, you know, really, what are people going to do? You know, there's going to be mass chaos for the first 4 hours, I would say, or 5 hours. It's going to be very calm. And these are the hours you need to be on point, okay? Before the chaos completely breaks. When people start to realize, okay, wait a minute, we are fucked. That is the point. That grace period where people don't know what's going on is when you need to be prepared and get the fuck out of Dodge, because things are just going to start getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And, you know, when you're talking about something like an EMP going off, you're talking about no power, no cars, no anything, you know. And unless you have your radios and stuff wrapped in like tinfoil and I think it's Mylar bags or whatever, then there's a good chance that none of that shit's gonna work. So, yeah, batteries are fried, car batteries, nothing electronic's gonna work. And at this point, people are gonna be trying to play on their phones. So there's a book called, oh man, I read it not long ago. It's a great book. It's like a series, Walking Home or Coming Home or something. I'll put it in the link in the description. But that is such a realistic book, and it's awesome because an EMP happens, and this guy, and everybody's like trying to start their car and play on their phone, and their phones are turned on, and this guy's like, he just knows, he's ex-military, and he knows, he's like, no, cars aren't starting, phones aren't working, EMP. He had it all, and he just started just like, you like going to town, getting supplies, because stuff is going to go fast. You're looking at, I think they say like, if shipments of food and stuff stop coming to the cities, it's like 72 hours before everything's gone. Less than 72 hours in my city. I'm telling you, everything's going to be gone 15 hours in this place. So I'm not ready for that. I don't have food catches. I don't have you know, seeds and beans and canned food everywhere. I don't have it. I don't have the money for it, you know. So, and there's a lot of people like me. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. I'm telling you right now, put $1,000 a year away for your prep and to start out like that. I mean, $1,000 can get you some pretty nice equipment each. And, you know, whatever, you never know when something's going to happen. But after 3 or 4 years and you start to build up a good amount of food, I mean, heck. And I'm not talking about go buy a bunch of Frosted Flakes boxes. I mean, you're going to have to buy stuff that's going to last. Canned food, canned good, put it in a, you know, watch Canadian Prepper. He shows you how to store your foods away, and buy grains and rices and stuff that's going to last for 10, 20 years and longer, forever, in them freaking bucket things with the bags. So, you know, these are things that I want to do, my plans for my preps and stuff. Like, I don't want to get too crazy with it because, like, I feel like you can spend your whole life prepping and nothing ever happened, you know? And me, like, I see these guys now and they're like, yeah, I'm 58 years old and I'm just prepping now, and he's overweight and he's fat and he's showing he was prepping his shed. And it's like, dude, just die. Like, why? Like, I'm not, at that point, I don't even give a shit, whatever. If something bad happens, then, I don't know, what's this fight? Fight me. Everyone fight me. I'm not leaving. This is where I'm gonna die. Like, if I'm that old and I still haven't done it. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just find it weird, and I find it very fake. I feel like people make prep videos nowadays just to make the video. Like, oh, I seen this, let me see if I can do it, and buy a bunch of shit and then put it on YouTube. And, you know, I'm guilty of this as far as EDC videos go. You know, it's like, oh man, I want the freaking coolest EDC video. You know, but as far as prep goes, this is something I take a little bit serious. And I'm a younger guy. I'm a millennial, I guess. But, I don't really know if I am actually, but like, you know, I thought Boston just scored. Who we have in net? Picard. Where did we get this guy? From Colorado. Any Colorado guys? Oh no, Toronto he came from. Anyway, anybody hockey fan? So yeah, like my prep stuff, like I'm 35, I'm going to be 35, and I just feel like, you know, here and there, just build it. I'm building my bug out bag. I want a bug out bag now. Like, so I'm starting to put that together very fast. You'll see it soon. I'll put it on the channel, but it's not like this. This is my 72-hour get home bag, and I consider these to be both. It switches from my get home bag is really my EDC bag. That'll get me home. But like if I'm leaving home, let's say a drive is 8 hours, I'm definitely taking this because the walk is 3 times that. So, you know, I'm taking this on longer hauls. It depends. This doesn't come with me everywhere, but it does have all the essentials. I'm not going to break it down right now. There is a video, I'll link it in the description, of this backpack with everything inside it and some other new things I've added to it. Like this is a solar radio. Like this is never going to have batteries or nothing. Storm, get down. And this is the Eton Scorpion. This is the best one they make. And you know, like as far as like people like they pull out like all these flashlights. Like, oh, this is my bug out bag. I'll pull out like a freaking $60 Olight. Like I'm not bringing that. Like, you know, maybe if it's on me and I have it, but like that's not what I'm stressing about light, because in a bug out situation, you know, the batteries are going to die eventually, especially if an electromagnetic pulse. And maybe that didn't get hit for some reason, right? You had it in the microwave for some reason, right? Or it didn't get hit, maybe, right? For whatever reason. But like, you can't count on that because the fucking battery is going to die. And then you're going to be screwed and you're going to be pissed. You're not going to have light. So get something that's always going to last forever. Unless you have like a solar panel. I've seen them fold out solar panels that go on your backpack. Those are cool because, you know, they can last forever unless the sun dies and then we're all dead and turn into vampires. But, you know, you really got to think about these kind of things, you know? Like, what's your water filtration? You're just going to carry a bunch of aqua tablets for a bug out bag? What if you're bugging out for 4 or 5 months? Those are going to run out. They're not going to last forever. So, you know, boiling is the best, and maybe some aqua tablets, and maybe the, you know, some other things, and nitro iodine tablets or whatever. To me, I'm just ready to just boil water and, you know, use my filtration systems. I'm not really going to rely on aqua tablets and stuff, because in a bug out situation, that stuff isn't going to last. Look at this thing too. This is probably this is the ultimate survival tool right here. And I've yet to test this on the channel, guys. I will show it to you eventually in action. I've played with it somewhat. I've cooked with this thing, flipped burgers with this thing all summer. Well, not all summer. I just got it not long ago, but this is a handmade piece of steel. This thing is beautiful, right? So this is the William Collins survival knife. Woods Combat Survival Kitchen. It is numbered. It is handmade. And it is a beast of a freaking knife. And when I'm telling you this thing will go through a concrete wall, it will go straight through a concrete block and not chip that tip because of the way that he heat treats it. Look at the, like, he doesn't polish these through a CNC machine or nothing. Like, look at this thing. This, because that's working steel. That's a tool. This is not, oh, the little polished edge that as soon as you hit it with a piece of paper, it's going to flake off. I mean, I could chop a damn tree down with this and it won't even budge that edge. Because it's a working edge. This is a tool that you're going to use. And in a survival situation, this is what I want. I don't care about nothing else. I want this. I can start fires with this. Got bow drill dev if I don't have my ferrocerium rod on me. So there's so many things you got to really consider, guys. This is starting to fall off. I got to probably put paracord on there. Titan paracord, super great. Canadian Prepper sells Titan paracord. I love it. I love his channel. I do. He's like awesome, man. I do love his channel. He's probably my favorite YouTube channel to watch and just learn about different prepping and different shit that can happen. But wow, 19 minutes. This video is getting long. So location, you know, look at where you're located, what's by you, what's close to you. Is there prisons? Like prisons are such a big understatement in the prep community. When a natural disaster happens, what do you think is going to happen to the prison systems? Like people think, oh, they're just going to gas all the prisoners, or you know, they're going to kill them. Like, who's going to do that when the guards aren't showing up to the prisons no more? Okay, you think that there's just going to be some guard there? Oh, I'll go and take care of them all and line them all up against the wall, like some fake bullshit? Like, or you think they have some secret chambers that's going to leak gas into the whole prison? Like, come on, they're going to be let out. They're going to be let out. The families are going to let them out, and they're going to, you know, I would say even if like 0.3% of them, I think there's something like, do I have it written down here? Okay. So if 1 in 10 persons in prison is a violent, that's still 250,000 people. That's a threat. That's a real threat that you got to really be aware of. So where are you going to go? Are you near prisons? Are you going to go that way? Like, you got to think about all that stuff, and you know, think about your neighbors. You know, like in an EMP situation or a natural disaster situation, even like Katrina. You know, so many people were not prepared, and you know, look at something so simple like it's the trash trucks coming by twice a week. Okay, what if they stop coming? Trash, just trash, simple as trash. You think it's nothing, right? These are things that people take for granted. You know, it's like these trash guys, and you're just fucking trash and whatever. But like, this is something that if you don't notice it until they don't come, right? When they miss a holiday or something, and then it's like, fucking trash builds up, and it sucks, all right? Well, what happens in 3 weeks, in 4 weeks, in 5 weeks, in 2 months, in 3 months? Imagine the trash. You can't rely on all your neighbors to be like, okay, everyone, this is where the trash is gonna go. No, you have to keep the trash far away from your neighborhood, because toxins are gonna build up, especially decomposed stuff and composite materials and stuff. It's gonna let out vapors, and it's gonna fucking make you sick. It's gonna get into the water stream. You know, what are you gonna do for water? Anyway, you know, there's so many different things you got to really think about when you're thinking about prepping and shit hits the fan. It's not just like, oh, the fucking government's gonna, you know, release this toxin in the air and everybody's gonna turn into a fucking zombie rabies animal chewing people's faces off. Like, yeah, I guess in theory that could happen. It's fun to speculate, so let's speculate. If that happened, chances are you're gonna fucking die. Chances are you're gonna be one of those people that gets eaten by flesh-eating disease or something. So, you know, you can't really, you just got to do the best you can. I mean, to me, I'm getting gas masks. That's like literally the next thing on my list to buy is a high-quality gas mask. I already know which one I want. You can put your recommendations. I already know them all, believe me. And I'm talking about like the $300 or $400 John. That's on the John. That's Philadelphia for you. The John, the face John. The face John that I'm getting it's badass. Wait till you see it, guys. I'm gonna review it. I tried to get it for free from the company, but they're like, nah. So yeah, I'm not urban prepper yet, right? He did a video the other day, I think it was yesterday, of his EDC. And I'm just like, what is this guy? He's got a Fitbit on. I'm like, dude, you ever worked out a day in your life? Seriously, if you wear a Fitbit, then do fitness stuff. But anyway, track your steps, man. Cool. He had this EDC kit that was just like these little pouches like this, and he's pulling out like knives and Band-Aids, and you always could tell when somebody works in like an office setting, or like, you know, compared to like a guy who, like me, who works in, I'm just kidding, like, but you could tell like the difference. Like, he's got like Band-Aids in his wallet, Band-Aids in here, Band-Aids in there. It's like, oh, in case I get a little boo-boo on my finger, oh, I gotta put a Band-Aid on it. Where us guys, I'm like, I got a piece of fucking duct tape on this thing. Let me just rip this off, and hey, good as new. Shit, there's my Band-Aid. Oh, improvised Band-Aids. Made into a sheath. I have to get a sheet for this, by the way. But hey, you know what, guys? I'm not a millionaire. This works for now. and I needed the thing sheathed because it is a freaking really sharp knife. It's very heavy, and it's a tool. But anyway, not urban prepper guy, man. You're a cool dude. Just a little weird. But anyway, back to what's at stake here. Life. Like, people, like, there's not one thing that I definitely would be scared of, like, other than prison people, the 1 in 4 prison people, are people who kill animals. Like, Canadian Prepper brought this up in a video. And people who kill animals for fun, like them trophy hunters. And, like, to me, like, I'm all for hunting too. Like, hunting, yes, there's a need for it, whatever. But, like, when you kill an animal, Storm, get away from the camera pod. Little mama dogs. Miss Dog, come here. Come here. So, like, people like kill lions and tigers and like crazy stuff like that, and then they don't do nothing with it, just do it for the satisfaction of killing something. That's fucking disgusting. There's something mentally wrong with you, and I don't want anything to do with you in a shit hits the fan situation. You guys want to see Storm? Sure you do. Everybody wants to see Mama. Little Mama, come here, pup. Oh, you're getting such a... Ooh, did you whack your head on the table, little Mama? Hockey's on, your favorite. Hi, baby doggy. Hi, prepper dog. Mwah. She got huge, right? She's huge. She's not a pit bull. She's a lab. Somebody commented and said that she's not a pit bull. There's no such thing as pit bulls. Or, dude, this is a fucking blue-nosed pit bull. First of all, okay, she's got a blue nose. She's got blue eyes. Her skin is blue. Her fur is blue. Her skin, and she's a beautiful dog. And she's actually an American bully. Oh, she's my little mama dog. I love her. You're the greatest, puppy. You're so pretty. Mwah. Daddy loves you. Now get off me. Let's get out. Prepper dog is getting some cool gear, and you'll see. But anyways, yeah, like the guys that like kill like lions and shit, like fuck that, dude. I don't want nothing to do with it. Those are gonna be the first people that are gonna be like, oh, human, shoot them, you know. And it's just like, I don't know, that's fucking weird to me doing that kind of shit. So stay away from those kind of people and think about those kind of people, because they exist. And then you got the mental institution and people who are just fucked anyway. So it's like, there's a lot you really need to think about, and, you know, look about the people around you. When you live in a big urban city like I do you really know what your neighbors are doing? Like, seriously, like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing over here, but I keep an eye on him. You know, I know he ain't a prepper, and I know he don't have nothing for nothing, but, you know, there's a guy a couple houses down who has these big antennas and shit, and I know he's one of those guys who's into radioing, the radio guys. I know he's a prepper big time, because I can just tell by the way his yard's set up, by the way he's all prepping. That's a dead giveaway to me, and I think that's a bad thing to do, because if you're a prepper like me, and, well, not like me, because I'm not a prepper yet, but what happened here? Oh, anyway, but like, I feel like, I don't know, just knowing about it and watching enough videos, I just kind of like, all right. So like, I have a plan. My main plan would really be like, you got to consider this as well, is to just bug in, especially in a big city like this. Like, most people, and if you look, I wish I had the world map here. I might, for videos like this, I might set up the actual map of the states. But like, say like this is the United States, right? Okay, here's the United States, and you got Pennsylvania, New York, and Florida. Here, let's just say this is the East Coast, right? This little L thing. And then here's the center, and here's the West Coast over here. Everybody's gonna wanna go to this center part, you know what I mean? So where are you gonna go? You know, you do think of those kind of things. Where would you go? You know, or would you just stay in? Like, so depending on my situation, what's going on here, it would have to be, ultimately, the main decision would be stay inside. Stay at the homestead, and this is just an apartment corner lot. I mean, so my uncle's upstairs and stuff. So it's like, you know, we don't have a lot to work with here as far as like security perimeters go or anything. But I know nobody's coming from that side inside, but they can, and there's no, it's kind of easy in a way, but it's kind of not, because they can do a lot of sneaking up, you know. But I think that if I set it up in the right way, and you're talking about like, all right, shit's just ridiculous at this point. Like, you know, people are fucking, you walk out your door, there's a good chance you're gonna get shot or robbed or something like bad. So like that's like worst case scenario. Like we're not at the point where I'd have to like build a wall around here or something like that. So like, but I have another plan to go somewhere else that's close by that's very protected. But how many people have that same idea? So like, I mean, you're thinking about a city that has like 7 million people or something, you know. It's just like, that's a lot of fucking people, man. And people are, it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be crazy. Like, I think people underestimate exactly how crazy it's really going to be after that first 4 hours, 5 hours, when people start to get hungry and realize, you know, there's a potential food crisis coming, or, you know, even if the stock market crash for 2 weeks or something like that, like something crazy, like there's no money, no MAC cards or something. And, you know, the only way to really gain any kind of level of currency was through like stuff that you have, ammo, liquor, medicines, pills, you know, drugs and stuff like that. You know, what do you have that's in a value other than net money as far as that goes? Like, I know guys that save these little liquor bottles and stuff, you know, because in a shit hits the fan situation, every time he goes to the liquor store, he buys like 4 or 5 of those little liquor things. He just puts them in a closet, never touches them. And the shit hits the, that's genius to me. And I actually kind of want to start doing that. I just never go to the liquor store because I don't drink. But, you know, that's genius, because people are going to want to fucking get drunk. And cigarettes is a one thing. If you don't smoke cigarettes, buy a carton of cigarettes every month and store it. Cigarettes and alcohol and ammunition. If maybe you don't like guns, buy ammo. You're rich. And shit hits the fan situation, you are rich. You have leverage with those kind of things. So some things to think about, guys. I will continue this video if you like it. Comment and stuff. I want to see what the reaction up to this video. This is my opinions. Obviously, you don't have to agree with it, whatever. It's just my thoughts about it. I'm just trying to really, you know, feel it out a little bit, you know what I mean? But anyway, like, share, subscribe, or don't, but I'd like you to. That'd be cool. But put in the comments if you like this. I'll continue the discussion and we'll talk about it more, and we'll put it on the podcast if it does super good. And that's coming in January, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.